Hey moms, I'm Suzanne and this is A Joyful Roar. I haven't gotten to do an episode with you guys in a while, and this is just going to be a real quick episode. I've been thinking about my grandmother a lot, and I don't know if any of y'all know this, but when I was 17, I lost my grandfather, which we were all very close to, and I moved in with my grandmother at 17, so this meant I had to change schools. My first day of that new school was on Halloween, which was crazy. A whole new group of teenage girls to try to get to know, which is just absolutely tough. As you all know, y'all were teenage girls once. But when I moved in with my grandmother, she was going through the grieving process. That's the reason I moved in with her, to kind of give her this purpose to wake up in the morning, to get out of bed, and to have someone to take care of, which is what she was totally used to doing with my grandfather. The thing that I'm reflecting on today about that experience is she needed that. It gave her a purpose and something to make her feel accomplished. And some of those things that I want to scream about all the time because it's so exhausting how the laundry just piles up and piles up and piles up. No matter how often we try to get it done, the dishes are piled high above my head. It is just constant. It's a cycle, you know. You get the dishes done and then you have a meal and then you do the laundry and then you wear the clothes, and so it's exhausting to have to do that. But something so simple as having to do someone's laundry and having to cook for someone and having to do the dishes for someone else really helped her get through such a difficult time in her life. And so it's kind of given me a perspective of gratitude today, to kind of focus on the fact that I love that I get to do my kids' laundry and I get to teach them how to do their own dishes and how to take out the trash and all those things that make you want to pull your hair out because they never end. And it sounds daunting to teach other human beings how to do all these things, and that it's your responsibility. If they don't get taught, you're gonna be blamed. So it just it sounds exhausting, but this morning, having thought through this whole process with my grandmother, it's really made me come out with a perspective of gratitude. The other thing I wanted to say just about my grandmother was I learned so many lessons from her during that time I got to live with her about gratitude and kindness and doing for others. I loved her perspective on life, even after she lost her husband, to just do for others and encourage others, and that's just so cool. But also I was thinking about the day that she died, and I was not there. I was living in Memphis at the time, but the night before she died, she spent the night at my mom's house, and my sister was there with her 4 children. And if you've ever been around 4 children, that's a very loud situation. So she had woke up that morning and she was sitting at the bar stool drinking her coffee. She loved coffee just as much as I do. And she always put her elbows on the table and kind of held it up like this. Even when she wasn't drinking it, she kind of wrapped one hand around it and held the cup. It's almost like she just enjoyed the smell of it as much as she enjoyed drinking it. And so she just kept it right there in front of her face until she was ready for a sip. And she was doing that, and my mom was cooking breakfast, and she just was hearing all the noises around her. The kids yelling and the kids running, stomping, fighting, laughing, all the different things that they were doing. And she just looked at my mom and she said, I miss this. I miss these noises in the morning. I miss having kids running around in the house. And I'm sure that made my mom stop in her tracks, and certainly hearing the story makes me stop in my tracks, because a lot of times that loud atmosphere that we have in the morning as moms is cringeworthy. We're just like, can y'all just be quiet for 5 seconds so that I can think, or enjoy this cup of coffee in silence? And I just think she missed that. I just thought that was an incredible perspective. And something that I need to be reminded as a mom that, sorry, there's bugs. I need to be reminded as a mother to keep that perspective of thankfulness and gratitude, even when things are driving me nuts, even when it's loud, and even when my chores just seem to pile up and never end. And I just wanted to share that with y'all. It doesn't make it any less hard, because it is extremely hard to be a mom. No one's denying that. I want to make sure that we're completely focused on the fact that it's also a privilege. And even in those difficult times, it's good to be a mom. So I hope you'll have a great day, and leave some comments. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Add a Joyful Roar, and we hope to bring y'all some more content soon. Bye, moms.